Alright guys, I'm going to do a video today talking about the PUFGUN Russian magazines. Now, you can find these several places, but the place I bought mine was Legion USA. And these mags are pretty interesting. First of all, they're made in Russia, which is kind of cool, and they're polymer, and the price was right. When I purchased these just a few days ago, you could get a 3-pack of the black mags for $25, a 3-pack of the clear mags for about $30, and some of the different color ones for about $10 a piece. So these are pretty affordable mags, and I'm not really going to call this a review today. I'm just going to show you an initial thoughts and review for, just fitment of guns basically, and whether I think they're good or not. And basically, after some preliminary, fitting into different guns, I'm going to say these PUFGUN mags are either going to be awesome or not so good. So these are either going to be one of your favorites for range use or one of your least favorites, and I'll explain. So basically, if you guys remember the TAPCO mags, they're still made, but a while back they were the most popular choice, it seemed like, for USA made mags. And TAPCO, I don't like a lot of their stuff they make, but in all fairness, their mags have been pretty good. I've never really had a problem with their mags as far as functionality goes and durability. The problem with them is they're a little bit thick, and they don't fit in a lot of in-spec receivers, but they do work great to fill that void if you have a gun, say, that was imported as a single stack and the magwell had to be carved out. Think like Wasser 10 and others, guns like that. The TAPCO kind of filled a little niche role there, right, to kind of fill up that wobbly magwell that was hollowed out a little bit too much by Century. So that's kind of where these are at. So I would note, I consider these to be a range mag. They don't have any metal reinforcements anywhere. There's no metal here, no metal here, no metal in the feed lips, there's no metal spine. So on the onset here, I'm not comparing these to like a Bulgarian Circle 10 mag or any of the Comblock, Bakelite mags, Plum mags, any of those. I'm just literally looking at these as kind of an is what it is thing, because let's face it, of course we like Bakelite mags more and all these other cool mags, but you're not going to find those 3 for $25. So there we go. It has the PUFGUN logo on the side there. They've got a pretty good grip. You can get a really good purchase easily with these mags. They're pretty aggressive. So far, so good. The polymer seems pretty rigid, as far as flex. We push that on the follower. Very, very minimal flex on the feed lips. So it seems like quite a stout polymer. Compared to this Magpul mag, I'll hold them up side by side. A little bit different pattern. I'd say overall, I seem to get a little better purchase on the PUFGUN. It's a little more abrupt here, the ridges in the back, but similar shape and size and feel. The PMag, I would note, seems to have quite a bit softer polymer. I can definitely get more flex on the feed lips there, which that could be a good or a bad thing. If something flexes a little bit, it might keep it from breaking as easy. However, these have been known to break when you drop them on the feed lips. That's a well-known problem. So this would be one of the first gen of the Magpuls. This does not have any of the reinforcement. I'm trying to compare apples to apples here. This is your basic Magpul. This is your basic PUFGUN. So I'm just going to cut to the chase here and try these in some different guns, guys, so you can see, what you might expect if you buy these mags. So what we have here is an AK47D. This is built on an American receiver, so this receiver has not been enlarged by an importer or such. And right now, I have a Korean mag in here just for fitment. And by the way, quick shout out to Zeke Shoots. I'm a Patreon supporter on his channel, and this is one of the things I got for his monthly giveaway. So pretty cool little cutaway mag here, right? So I want to thank Zeke for that. And make sure you guys check out Zeke Shoots, his YouTube channel, his website. He's on a bunch of different platforms, guys. So he's a good AK guy to know. And a good guy, period. But anyway, so yeah, so right now I have the Korean mag in here, the cutaway. Fits nice and solid. Now I'm going to try a Hungarian tanker mag. Goes right in, not a problem. I have a Chinese flatback. Fits good. see what else I have here. How about a Romanian 40 rounder? Good so far. WBP polymer translucent mag. Goes in like nothing. Comes out nice and easy. Now for the puff gun. I have a couple of them here. I'm going to go for this 20 rounder, which I'll explain this in a minute. It's not going to fit, guys. There's just too much material. The mag body's too wide. So the puff gun's a no. It's not fitting in this gun at all. We'll try the clear puff gun. Nope, not even close. The pink one, no. So on this particular gun, which seems to have a rather in-spec magwell, not going to fit. I wouldn't call this an over-tight magwell because I just put 5 different variations of other mags in there. They fit just fine. Let me grab the mag pull too. The mag pull is a little stiff, but it does go in there just with a little bit of friction. But it does come in, a little bit of friction on the way out. So the mag pull is about on the tightest limits for this particular gun. So there's the AK47D. Okay, here's a AK63F. Now this is an original barreled parts kit, so almost everything on here is original Hungarian. But this is not an actual pre-band. This is an AK63F that has a Childers CG1 receiver. So it's one of their receivers on a Polish shell. So let's check this one out. Korean. The Korean's a little bit tight actually. It's not quite latching. So Korean. Mag pull goes right in there. Comes out easily. Let's try the Romanian 40 rounder. Not a problem. Comes out nice and easy. How about, sorry guys, I have a bunch of guns and mags here, so you have to bear with me moving stuff around today. Chinese flatback. If I can get it right. The Chinese flatback. There we go. There's a little bit of grease still on the front of this mag. Sorry about that. But yeah, Chinese flatback, not a problem. Let's see here. What else we got? Puff gun. Somehow it does go in this one. So there you go. It shows how every magwell is a little different, guys. And that's the purpose of this video, is to show you that there's no such thing as a certain mag being best for your gun or for any certain model, because they're all a little bit different. That's just how these guns work. WBP translucent mag goes right in. It's a little bit of a snag coming out though. So there we go. There's the AK63F. This is an interesting gun here, guys. This is an Armory USA SSR-85C-2. I'll do a video about this gun later. This is a rather unique gun, just the way it was built and the way it came to be. But anyways, right now it has a Polish mag in it. Polish military mag. Goes in and out like nothing. Let's try the Chinese flatback. Fits in there, nice and tight, smooth. Not really a problem. A little bit of resistance on the way out, but nothing bad. Let's try this Korean mag. It had a little glitch in the last gun. Just went in like nothing. Locks up real solid. Oh, let's see here. WBP. Not a problem. Again, really tight lockup. But it's kind of having that same hitch the last gun did, where it's kind of grabbing on the front on the way out. So we'll see. I would note this is also an all polymer mag, by the way, similar to the puff gun and whatnot. Mag pull. Went in nice and easy. Came out with just a little friction, but not a problem. Now I'm going to try the puff gun. Nothing. There's no way. I mean, I'm not going to jam it in there and then, you know, make a scene on trying to get it out. It's way too tight. I'll grab another puff gun here, the clear. Same thing, guys. Not even gonna, I mean, it's so tight. I just know right now if I push any further, not gonna happen. Romanian 40 rounder. Not a problem there either. So on this gun, with having a, again, not necessarily tight, but just basically a really in-spec magwell, the puff guns are a no-go. They're just a little bit too big. But here's where the puff gun's going to come into play. So here's a Wasser. I have this in another video before. This is basically the Iraqi contractor bringback Wasser. These are the ones that were used in the Iraq War, and they were actually carried mainly by Ugandan contractors to guard U.S. bases and whatnot. So, believe it or not, in its exact configuration right now, guys, no parts have been changed. This gun in its exact configuration was actually used in war. So, these are kind of cool. But at the end of the day, this is still a Wasser 1063. So, let's check it out with its Romanian mag. Romanian gun, Romanian mag. Why not, right? Goes in like nothing. A little loose, but nothing to be worried about. Let me grab this Hungarian tanker mag. Not a problem. Hungarian mag's good. Chinese flatback. Now this one's giving me a little issue here. It's having a hard time. Okay, I got it to go in, but with a little bit of a glitch. Back to where this is how AKs are, guys. That's the thing I want you, that's the big thing. We're looking at puff gun mags today, but the other point to this video is you hear a lot of blanket statements about, well, this mag's always good to go, or this one never is. I'm showing you guys right now there's little inconsistencies with different mags when we're going through what I feel is a decent variety of guns. Okay, WBP. Now, if you notice, I'm not fully locking here on the release. So the WBP is actually a no-go in this Wasser. What else have I got? Let's try the Korean mag, the Korean cutaway. Not a problem, locked in good, nice and tight. A little bit tighter even than the Romanian mag, I would note. Alright, puff gun. Butter. Rather tight lockup. So, fits great in my Wasser. Let's try the other ones too for the fun of it. The clear. Nothing. Butter. Perfect. No resistance. Really tight. So far the puff guns are probably fitting the best of any of them in this Wasser. There we go. That's a nice look, isn't it? So, yeah, puff guns definitely your friend in this case with this Wasser. Now, I would note, not all Wassers have the same magwell cut, because these came into the country as single stacks. Century enlarged them. On some of them, if you got lucky, they enlarged them just right. On some of them, they made the mag opening too small, and on some of them, they made it too big. So your results will vary on Wassers. But if you have a Wasser where they slightly enlarge the magwell just a little bit too much, which is the norm probably, most of them fall into that category, these puff guns could definitely be your friend with your Wassers. So, and here's one more. Now this is another interesting gun. This is a AMD 65, and this one is basically an import, meaning it has all Hungarian parts and it has a original Hungarian FEG receiver. However, it was most likely brought into the country as a single stack due to the assault weapons ban as restrictions of 1989, right? So this was enlarged stateside. And while it's a beautiful gun, and I love that it's very historically accurate, meaning it's almost all Hungarian parts, they did get a little bit overzealous with opening the magwell up on this gun. And I'll show you. Here's the 20 round tanker mag. Goes in there, and it's pretty loose, guys. Like pretty darn loose. To the point where it still functions fine, but it's almost gets you a little bit nervous, right? Okay, so this is where these puff guns are going to save my butt on this gun. 20 round puff gun. Locks in there just fine. really tight all of a sudden. I mean, a little jiggle, but 10 times tighter than the Hungarian tanker mag. So in this particular case, with this gun, the puff gun fits perfectly, and it's pretty cool. So, I told you I'd get back to this magazine. This is a 20 rounder. Now, you can buy the 20 rounders from Legion, and I think they're around $12 a piece. But instead of doing that, what I did, I bought the 325 rounders for 25 bucks, right? So about $8 and change a piece. Now, I would note, on these 30 rounders, you'll see that there's horizontal lines. There's one here. There's another one up here, okay? And if you take the base plate off, you'll see these lines correspond exactly the same geometry as where your base plate slides on. So here's the cool thing about these. You can take these 30 round mags and cut nice and straight below this line here. Same thing with the corresponding line on the other side. And this becomes the piece of plastic that you can slide your base plate on. So if you choose to cut at the first line, you're going to get a 20 round mag. If you choose to come and cut up here, you're going to get a 10 round mag. And I did it myself. That's how this mag came to be. This was a 30 round mag. Here's the section that I removed and cut off. So the base plate used to be down here. And here's where you'll note that groove I was talking about that's on the bottom matches up the same exact geometry as these other grooves. So you can cut right below the groove you want and turn your 30 round puff gun mag very easily into either a 20, like I did in this case, to make another tanker mag for the AMD 65, or you could go even further, up to 10 rounds if you desired. So, pretty cool little feature, right? So, that's another plus for the puff gun. Now, how long they're going to last and whatnot, I don't know. That's not what this review is about. This is just an initial unboxing, just to kind of show you guys what's going on, show you how cheap these have come down in price. And the main thing is I wanted to show you how much variance you can have in AK mag wells, and where it's important to make sure that just because it doesn't fit your gun doesn't mean it's not going to fit someone else's, or vice versa. So thought maybe this would just give you guys a little perspective on some different guns. Also, I don't have a 74 with me today where I'm filming, but I would note these quad stack 74 mags, right, in the 545 by 39, these have drastically dropped in price recently at Legion USA. The black ones are a little more, I think around 50 bucks, but if you get them in any of their colors, they have like a flat dark earth, and they have this color, which I just slipped me the name of it. It might be called foliage, and then I'm trying to think of what the other color is. Anyways, there's a few colors of these. This mag was 35 bucks. And it's not quite black, as you can see, but it's not quite green either. It's kind of like a really dark green, so it doesn't look bad at all. But just figured I'd let you guys know. Go to Legion's site. You'll see the proper colors, guys. I don't have any notes. I'm sorry, I forget what exact color they call this. Khaki. That's right, I just remembered. This is what they call the khaki color. So if you're looking at the khaki mag there, you can expect it to look something about like this compared to the black. About 35 bucks. Quad stack 74 round mag. These came into the country about 100 bucks, I want to say, and now they've gone all the way down to 35 bucks. If you want the black ones, I think they're about 50. So definitely kind of excited about this mag for 35 bucks. I wasn't really excited to spend 100 on one, you know. And then it kills me to do this, guys, but I didn't leave you AR guys out. I wanted to say screw the AR guys, but I just couldn't do it. Because here's the thing. I'm an AK guy, but I like the ARs too. So, I'm going to pull this Lancer mag out. This is a 300 blackout pistol I have running here. So, pull out the Lancer mag. And what I have to show you AR guys is the PUFGUN 45 round AR mag. And I think this is about $17 or $18 from now. So, again, it's an all polymer constructed mag. Fits nice, fits perfect actually, feels great. So, there's your 45 round mag for your 300 blackout or 5.56, right? 18 bucks. Not a bad deal actually, I like it so far. Haven't shot with it yet again, but seems just as good as anything else, and it's always nice to have a 45 rounder around, just because why not, right? So yeah, in conclusion, these puff gun mags, I don't know. I think I'm glad to have a few of them, you know. 3 for 25 bucks. Not bad. They are from Russia. And that's kind of cool, right? The clear ones, these were 3 for 30. They cost a little more, but I've always liked the smoke clear mag. Are they going to fit your gun or not? I don't know. They're either going to be your best friend if your steel mags and com block mags are usually loose, or they're going to be a pain in the neck. Now remember, if you want this to fit into an in-spec or a little bit tight mag well, don't file on your mag well, guys. It's probably where you want it to be. Instead, if you want this gun to work, modify the mag. These are cheap. Your gun's a lot more expensive. If you need to do a little filing on this lug or the area below it or above it, go ahead. If you need to file a little bit on the sides of the mag, go ahead. That's perfectly fine. What's the worst you can do? Lose a $10 mag. Lose an $8 mag. So I've had a lot of people before that to get their gun to fit like the Tapcos or say these mags, they start filing on the gun. I'd be very leery to do that. Yes, there's rare instances where you want to open up your mag well a little bit, but make sure you test it with mags from a bunch of different countries, a bunch of different eras before you just go do that. Really make that a calculated decision rather than just, you know, modifying your gun so it'll fit this $8 magazine. So, would I recommend these? Sure. Would I say to stay away from them? Sure. Just depends who you are. Depends if you like to tinker. Depends, you know, what type of guns you have. If you have a bunch of different AKs, I'm going to bet these are going to fit some of them. And for that, I'd say give them a try. Why not? They're from Russia. They're pretty cool. I like the modularity. How I was able to cut my 30-round mag down to 20 rounds. That's pretty cool. So, there you guys go. Just thought I'd talk about the puff gun mags a little bit from a different standpoint. Again, not a review, just a little insight and just to chat with you guys. And I kind of wanted to talk about guns a little bit today because, you know, there's a lot of political stuff and that's more important to me to talk about our gun rights and our Second Amendment, but I was really kind of itching to talk about guns, specifically the AK. So yeah, hopefully the video was helpful. It'll probably bore most of you, but for you geeks out there like me, I gave you over 20 minutes worth that you can kind of dig and sort through and look at hopefully some cool guns and some different mag fitments so you guys can sort it out for yourself. And just a quick teaser, this gun's going to be coming up soon in a video, guys. I am still doing gun videos, don't worry about that. So there you go. This is from Mateo674. He's demanding I do a review of this, and yes, it's coming. So this is the very first sneak peek of this star. And by the way, I'll give you guys something else real quick. This trigger, guys, is literally to die for. Double action, so smooth and controllable. I mean, you can just stage it wherever you want it and just break. This is probably one of the smoothest guns that I've laid hands on in a while. So, Star, model 28DA, thumbs way up. Alright guys, I'll bring this guy back out soon, and you guys all have a good one. Take it easy.